Hello dear students, welcome to the another video tutorial of histology. In that we have already started with the skin, okay, and this will be the third part of the session for the cross anatomy of the skin, okay. So we have started with the uh, epidermis, okay, and we have completed with the layers of the epidermis in the last session. So in this session we are going to look forward for the second layer of the skin, that will be the dermis, okay. So let's start with the components or the highlighted points on the dermis, okay, and what are the highlighted point and what are the specifications for this term coin name as the dermis, okay. So dermis is the deep to the epidermis is known as the dermis. That means the second it will be the second part from, or the second layer from the above, okay, known as the dermis. So it is the deep part, okay, and this region is regularly arranged and filled mostly with the connective tissues, okay. Just remember the all other the cells and the connective tissues, okay. So these all parts are contained, or their the components for this dermis are the connective tissues, okay, and it lies deep to the basement membrane of the stratum basal, okay. Stratum basal, that is the last part of the epidermis, okay, and that stratum basal uh, is oh sorry, stratum basal will be the third part, that will be epidermis, dermis and the hypodermis, okay, and that stratum basal will be the basement part of the um, epidermis, okay. So in adults approximately 85% that is of the collagen fibers are the that provides tenacity. That tenacity means what? The rigidness, okay, and that tenacity is given around the 85% by the type 1 collagen fibers, okay. And second will be the while the remaining, that will be the 15% tenacity is provided by the type 3 collagen fibers, okay, and that collagen fibers are having the rigidity of our muscles, okay, and our total components of composition of our body, okay. So in addition to collagen, the epidermis is contain the elastic fibers, okay, and that facilitate or the recoil of the skin, okay, and type 4 collagen fibers is permanent or primarily located at the dermoepidermal junction, okay, dermoepidermal junction, and where it involves the Schwann cells as well as the vascular endothelium, okay. Remember the connective tissues in the, we have seen the Schwann cells, okay, and that Schwann cells and the type 4 collagen fibers with the elastic fibers, they are providing the at the uh, junction, at the dermoepidermal junction, okay. Okay, so the type 5th, 6th and 7th collagen fibers contribute very little to the dermal structure as compared to type 1, type 3 and type 4 collagen fibers, okay. So this is the thick skin um, TS, okay, as highlighted on the low magnification and stained by the He stain, that is the hematoxylin and the eosin stain, okay. So as you can see in these particular keratinized uh, stratified squamous epithelium cells are composed together to form epidermis. Okay, and as you can see, the second region of these particular um, stratum layers, okay, and that second layer is of the epidermis or the dermis, okay, and that big layer is of the dermis layer, okay. In that you can see the dermo-epidermal junction, okay, dermo-epidermal junction, where the these type 4 collagen fibers or the elastic fibers are going to locate their location, okay. So those are the dermal papillae or the dermal ridges, okay. The dermal ridges means what? The as in the epidermal ridges, okay, that epidermal ridges are nothing but the that dermis regions are going to uh, invade into the uh, epidermis, okay, and that dermal regions are going to form a crystis into the epidermis region, and that all are known as the dermal papillae, okay, and which from the epidermal regions that are going to form ridges or the papillae in the crusties into the dermal region that are referred as the epidermal ridges, okay. That ridges means up and down like structures, okay. So up down structures are coined by means of the term ridges, okay, and that ridges are um formed by the papillary dermis as well as the epidermal ridges, okay. So both the collagen and the elastic networks are held together by mixture of the glycoproteins bound water and the glycoaminoglycans, okay. That glycoaminoglycans and the glycoproteins are combined to form a mixture that will be holding and elastic network and together, and that elastic network and all these forming the integrity of these fiber networks varies with the age and even with the particular regions of the body, okay. That particular organ or the particular regions are separated, and their composition by means of these all um, cellular skin are varies, okay, as that organ needs that particular coating, okay, or the covering or the protection, okay. So these, as you can see, the dermis region, okay, these are the two layers, okay, that dermal papilla, and second will be the thick dermis region or the reticular dermis, okay, and that third main part will be the hypodermis, okay, and that dermis and the hypodermis junction are um, totally are layered as the subcutaneous fatty layers, okay, and the subcutaneous fatty layers with the connective tissue septa. That connective tissue septa means this they are going to separate these layers by means of the presence of this connective tissue, as we can going to understand it, okay. So the while this connective tissue network is strong enough to hold the skin, okay, and that connective tissue network is going to hold the skin together, okay. So it still allows the epidermis and appendages, okay, and neurovascular and lymphatic to pass through its substance, okay. That lymphatic substances are going to pass through this particular layer known as the dermis and the hypodermis, okay. So let's start with the cell types of the dermis. What are the cell types in the dermis, okay. So the dermis is the contains two general types of cells, okay, uh, potentially, okay, and they are going to there are permanent cells, okay, which are part of the fixtures in the dermis. That means the arrector pili, okay, the arrector pili muscles and vessels and nerves and migratory cells, that will be the lymphocytes and other leukocytes that carry out an immune functions, that are going to locate in the dermis, okay, that our veins, the arrector papillae muscles or the pili muscles, that are going to having in these dermis regions of the skins, okay. So as you can see the layer of the dermis, okay, let's move forward, okay. So the layers of the dermis are the papillary layer will be the first layer, okay, and it is uh, known as a terminology named as the stratum papillary, okay. So this stratum papillary, there are two definitive layers of the dermis, okay, only two layers, okay. So the more superficial of the two is the papillary layer, okay, that superficial means the from that two layers, the above layers or the first layer will be the um, stratum papillary, okay, and from above it will be the sixth layer of the skin, okay, just get understand it, okay, the because five layers of the epidermis we have already seen, okay. So the papillary layer will be the uppermost layer from the stratum papillary or the dermis, okay. So it characterized by the dermal papillae, okay, and which are raised irregular projections that interlace with the epidermal ridges of the epidermis, okay. As you can see the holes on this picture, okay, that holes from the downside to the epidermis region are going to form, or these papillae of these particular dermis papillae or the stratum papillary layer is going to that going to vary, are going to invade into the epidermis also, okay, that some layer or the some up and down regions are going to invade into the epidermis also. So hence it is known as the papillary layer. So it going to form a papillae into the epidermis, okay. So hence is known as the papillary layer, okay. So it is characterized by the dermal papillae, okay, hence it is known as the dermal papillae. So the epidermal ridges or the ridges or this cristae like structures are formed into the epidermis, so named as the dermal papillae. So apically the papillae are blunted and can be separated into the cupus or the cuspus, that they are less abundant and smaller in the skin, that has mineral characteral stress, okay, mineral mechanical, okay, that minimal mechanical stress that will be when these compared into the areas of the thicker skin, that means the palm and the soles, okay, that thicker skin, and where they tend to form curved papillary lines, that the curved papillary lines are nothing but your fingerprints, okay. So the fine type 3 collagen into the dermal papillary layer, as you can see in the picture, you are going to understand well the papillary layer or the stratum papillary, okay, as you can see below the epidermis, okay, and the first layer of the dermis is the papillary layer, as you can see highlighted in the green color, okay, on the above of the dermis, okay. So the fine type 3 collagen is typically found in the throughout this layer, okay, throughout the papillary layer, there will be the type 3 collagen cells are going to found, type 3 collagen fibers are found. Okay, and in throughout these layers, especially uh, in the prevascular regions are found the type 3 collagen, okay, of the dermis. Okay, so the keratinocytes of the basal layer are attached to the fibers matrix in the papillary layer through the connections to the hemidesmosomes. That hemidesmosomes are the going to play an important role into the uh, combinations or the to compile all these all regions of the um, dermis into together. Okay, so that hemidesmosomes are the uh, connective uh, formed by the connective tissues. Okay, and subsequently the hemidesmosomes are attached to the type 6 collagen fibrils, okay, through the anchoring filaments of the basal membranes. Okay, and the type 6 collagens runs deep into the papillary dermis. Okay, and therefore they are going to provide a mechanical stability to the epidermal substratum. Okay, as you can see in the highlighted in this picture, so this will be the ts of the skin, and highlighted region is going to show you the papillary layer, that will be the stratum papillary. Okay, as you can see the um, they are going to form that um, uh, that crystal like structures, as you can see in this diagram. Okay, but in your ts that will be the different uh, look like. Okay, so you can going to see as a uh, transverse section. Okay, sorry. So this stratum layer, that will be stratum papillary, you can see the papillae formed by the dermis upper layer, that will be by the papillary layer. Okay, so as you can see this papillary layer is going to invade into the epidermis also, and that due to that forming the papillae is known as the papillary layer. So subsequently the hemidesmosomes are going to found the or going to provide the stability to this. Okay, so the type 6 collagens are going to give the stability to epidermal substratum. Okay, so the overall the papillary layer not only gives the mechanical support to the epidermis. Okay, that papillary layer not only give to support to the epidermis, but it also provides the metabolic sustenance. Okay, that metabolic sustenance as well. Okay, the metabolic or the physiological stability also provided by the this papillary layer to the epidermis, and also providing the mechanical support to the epidermis. Okay, so the second layer will be the reticular layer of the dermis. Okay, and the dermis itself will be the second layer of the skin. Okay, so the deep to the papillary layer, it is reticular layer of dermis, as you can see in the diagram. Okay, and the reticular layer is uh, mentioned by means of the stratum reticulare. Okay, and that stratum reticulare is deep into the papillary layer. It is the reticular layer of the dermis, that below the papillary layer, and there is no clear um, demarcations between the two structures. Okay, not clear demarcations means the in they are nothing going to separate these two layers. In between these two layers there is nothing like a membrane is going to separate these two layers. Okay, they are attached but they are two layers. Okay, so the unlike the papillary layer, the reticular layer contains mostly porous type 1 fibers, and that type 1 fibers with the variable number of the elastic fibers in it. Okay, so there is a significant interactions between the type 1 and the type 3 fibers into the both layers. Okay, so to the point where a sturdy yet malleable or the lattice is formed. Okay, that sturdy, that means the thick, sturdy, and the malleable, that lattice is formed by means of these particular interactions by the type 1 and type 3 fibers. Okay, so in 1961, Karl Langer, that is the Austrian anatomist, okay, and Austria and Australia, that are the two different nations. Okay, Austria is um, in the Europe. Okay, so Austrian anatomist named as the Karl Langer in 1861 discovered the how widely accepted that discovered this reticular layer or the um, okay, and this is now widely accepted as the Langer's lines. Okay, so the the topographical landmarks are used into the surgical procedures as guidelines for the point of the incisions. Okay, so otherwise known as the cleavage lines, or these markings are corresponds with the orientation of the dermal collagen fibers. Okay, so incisions along these lines result into the healing with minimal scarring and the subsequently a less apart post having scars. Okay, and that post preventive scars, so these will be the some medical terminologies, so as you are going to escape this will be better for you people, so this will be the very deep for you. Okay, so as you can see in this particular slide, that will be the TS of skin showing reticular layer, that is straticum reticuli of the dermis, that will be the second layer of dermis. Okay, so key facts about the dermis. Okay, just summarize all we have seen. Okay, so the cell types in the dermis regions are permanent cells, that are the muscle cells of dermal muscles. Okay, that is erector and pili muscles. Okay, erector, pili muscles, that will be the muscles into the uh, dermis region. Okay, so nerve cells also present, that having the free nerve endings into the dermis region. So migratory cells like the immune cells are present, that are the leukocytes and lymphocytes. Okay, so in the extracellular matrix, what are the presence into the extracellular matrix or the cellular matrix in the dermis region, that are the collagen type 1 will be the main type of the fibers. Okay, then collagen type 3 and collagen type 4 fibers with the elastic fibers. So we are concluding the second layer, that is the dermis layer. Okay, so in next session, as you can see in the this picture, we have seen this will be the diagram of the TS of skin, and as you can see, we have seen the dermis region in your left hand side. There are clear clarifications of the epidermis, dermis, and the subcutaneous layer, that is mean the hypodermis. Okay, as you can see, the in the dermis region, You can see the papillary muscles that are going to uh, providing the mechanical support as well as the metabolic activitical support to the epidermis. Okay, as you can see, they are going to connect that um, particular dermis region to the uh, epidermis region by providing the mechanical support to the epidermis. Okay, and as you can see, the second will be the sebaceous glands or the oil glands into the dermis region itself. Okay, as you can see, the sweat gland ducts, not entire sweat gland, but ducts are that sweat pores are going to open into the our um, upper side of the skin. Okay, where the sweat is going to come out. That sweat gland ducts are also seen into the dermis region as well as the epidermis region. Okay, so we are concluding the dermis layer, that will be the second layer of the skin. So thank you. We will meet in the next session.